Okay, boys and girls, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's class, we are going to discuss about type modifiers. Don't forget, in the previous class, we discussed about escape sequences. Okay, we discussed about escape sequences. We have backslash n. We also have backslash t. What is this? This is the new line character. And what is this? This is the horizontal tab. Okay, this is the horizontal tab. These escape sequences are also important. This is going to direct the cursor to the next line. This is going to create adjacent space. Okay, it is going to create space. So in today's class, we are going to discuss about type modifiers. Before we start talking about type modifiers, I am going to take you back to data types. We have what we call data types in C programming. So this is nothing but, again, this is a C token. Okay, this is going to decide the value that a variable is going to store. Okay, this is going to decide the value that a variable is going to store. We have what we call primitive data types. These primitive data types, they are also called what? Primary data types. Okay, they are also called primary data types. We also have what we call derived data types. We also have what we call user-defined data types. Okay, user-defined data types. This is very, very important. These are the three types of data types that we have in C programming. What is a data type? A data type is going to decide the value that a variable is going to store. Okay, this is a C token. For example, if I write int a, what is the meaning? This is the data type now. This is the data type. And what is this? This is the variable name. Okay. What will happen in the computer? Some space is allocated for the variable a. Suppose the memory address is what? The memory address is 2000. Okay, some space is going to be allocated for variable a, and this is the memory address. Okay, so this is going to store an integer. In this case, I'm just writing int. I am just writing int. This simply means, you know what are integers, right? What is an integer? What are integers? Integers are positive and negative whole numbers. Okay, these are what we call integers. Integers are positive and negative whole numbers. So if you write int a, by default, this a is going to store either a negative integer or a positive integer. So if you write a is equal to negative 7 will come, no problem. If you write a is equal to 8 will come, no problem. So by default, this int is going to store either a positive integer or a negative integer. You see the thing? This int is going to store take either a positive integer or a negative integer. But what we are trying to say is this: you can modify this base data type. This is the base data type, int. This is the data type now. This is the keyword for integer. You can modify this. If you want this a to store only positive numbers, if you want this a to store only positive integers, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to what? You are supposed to modify this this base data type. How? I'm going to write unsigned int a. What is the meaning now? A is going to store only positive integers. What is the meaning now? A is going to store only positive integers. If you write unsigned int, it means A is going to store only positive integers. What if you write signed int A semicolon? Signed, it simply means A is going to store either positive or negative integers. This simply means A is going to store either positive or negative integers. Okay, wow. So see, signed int A is nothing but the same as writing int A semicolon. Why? By default, int will take both negative and positive what? Integers. By default, int A will take both positive and negative integers. But if you write again signed int A, it simply means A is going to take both positive and negative integers. Now if you write unsigned int, what is the meaning now? It means A is going to take only positive numbers. So what happened in this case? We have modified the what? The this basic data type. We have modified the meaning of this basic, because if it is int, it is taking both positive and negative. The moment I am writing unsigned, this is now taking only positive. So this unsigned, this signed are what we call type modifiers. So what is a type modifier? A type modifier is a keyword used to change the meaning of the base data type. It is a keyword which is used to change the meaning of a base data type. I think I have clarified here using unsigned int and signed int. Unsigned int, it simply means A is going to store only positive integers. If you write signed int A, it means A is going to store both positive and negative integers. If you write int A, by default, A is going to store both negative and positive integers. So unsigned int A is nothing but the same as int A. This is over. We also have what we call short int, and we also have what we call long int. So short int is a version of an integer again. This is a version of the data type int. This is a version of the data type int, which is used, let's say you want to store a small integer. You want to store a small number now, because short integers, they take small space. They take small amount of space. Okay, well, if you want to store small integers. What about long int? We are going to use long int if you want to store a big what? A big integer. So a big integer requires a much space. This I have explained, this I have explained. We also have what we call long double. See, in C programming, we have what we call float. This simple float, it requires less space. Okay, this simple float, it requires less what? It requires less space. We also have what we call double. It's another version of float. We have what we call double. It's another version of float. This requires more space as compared to this simple float. Okay, so we have float. We also have what we call double. So float is a data type. Again, double is a data type. This is another type of float, but it requires more space. Okay, we have what we call long double. Okay, I mentioned now double requires more space as compared to simple float. Okay, but now I'm mentioning long double, which means long double takes more space as compared to what? As compared to double. It requires more space as compared to double. This is what we call long double. So this long is nothing but a type modifier. It's also a type modifier. This long is a type modifier. Here again is a type modifier. Here short is a type modifier. This unsigned now is a type modifier, and this one is also a type modifier. Again, here I have this type modifier sign. If I say signed float, it means float is going to take negative decimal numbers. Okay, and here again it is going to take what? Positive decimal numbers. if you say what? If you say signed float. Or if you just write float, let's say if you write float B, semicolon, it means what? B is going to store a decimal number. By default, this decimal number, it can be a positive number or it can be a negative number by default. So float B is nothing but the same as signed float. Because if you write signed float B, it means B will take both negative and positive what? Decimal numbers. So this is all about type modifiers. Thank you, boys and girls. I will see you in the next class.